and you broke your back swimming.
Yeah.
How, please?
Well, no, I wasn't swimming. I was playing rugby.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Welcome back, ladies and germs, to Six LLusion with your hosts, LLusion and Six. Today we have a very special, incredible guest, actually. Incredibly talented, incredibly good-looking guest, and we all know him as Baby No Money, a.k.a. Baby No Moolah, a.k.a. Baby No TikTok, a.k.a. Baby No eBay. What else
Baby
you got?
know anything. Baby know
Or are these real names?
surname.
Yeah. You pretty much can do Baby No anything, which you're perfect
Yeah,
for.
it's pretty sick. I didn't realize that until I went to China the first time, and then they were like, "Oh, it's Baby No Yen, Baby No Yen," and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
"Yo."
Shoot.
So
You-
and then I'm like, "Yo, I'm Baby No Pound, Baby No Euro." It's like it's
Any
sick,
state,
'cause-
any country you visit,
Yeah.
you're like,
yeah.
this is just change the currency, please.
Which is funny that you bring this up already, because I'm getting the first question out of here. Where none of that chit chat, none of that small talk. You
Yeah.
are like fluent in like Mandarin or something, right?
No.
Oh,
That
okay.
is- That is
That's a lie.
false.
Do you speak? You
I
speak
am-
Mandarin a little bit, though, right?
Okay, so the thing that was interesting is I first blew up in China, and it was like very, very, very coincidental because like my mom was like, either you learn French or Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the two most like commonly used languages in Vancouver.
Amazing.
And I was like, fuck French. I failed it in high school, so I was like, fuck it. And then
Wow.
so I just did like Chinese, and I didn't learn that much because it was like it wasn't enough. You need to really immersify yourself in it, or if that's the right word, I think it is.
Yeah.
And like every time I go to China, I find myself using it a little bit,
Okay.
but I haven't been to China in like 3 years, right?
You been in
so-
Paris or anything like that?
Yeah, I was actually in Paris. I don't know French nearly. I mean, I don't know Chinese that well. It's a very difficult language to master. But French, I was in Paris and just did a show there. It was great.
Nice.
It was very like pent up energy. I felt it was like one of the first couple days like being back after
Ooh.
like COVID restrictions,
yeah.
and people were
Mhm.
just going fucking ape shit. So
This is crazy. I love talking to mainly like rappers or singers about how COVID affected their touring career, because like someone like me, I was able to like strive during lockdown because I can just like stay in my room. We can just do our thing at house. I didn't really tour or do like live
Yeah.
shows or anything, but like how great is that feeling again?
I'm still kind of jaded because I had LALA. I was
Oh.
tailing off, and I had so many big songs like going at once, and then I got cucked by COVID, and
Damn.
it honestly like it was tough because I was
Yeah.
like, damn, I finally had my first big break,
Mm.
and then I literally just got cucked by COVID, and it sucked because you obviously, if you work on something your whole life, you want the best for it, obviously.
Yeah, for
And,
sure.
I'm glad to be back, full stop. And I'm glad Edamame happened last year, but
Yeah.
there was like a full year that I was doing nothing with LALA going.
For
It's
sure.
like I did nothing, and I just felt kind of robbed. But
Damn.
there's always time to do another one, and like
Yeah.
that's kind of like that's the only thing I got going on me right
Yeah.
now. It's like I might as well try to have another song.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I don't really realize that artists can come up with a really well-known song during COVID.
Right?
And you're like,
Yeah.
how do we...
I
Yeah.
remember hearing a Mine interview, and like he just dropped his recent album during lockdown, and he was like, he kind of had like this undertone of like, kind of like, yeah, like I got the album out, but can't really like perform it, so like can't even tell
Oh,
people
wow.
fuck with it, like you don't like really realize how that disconnect, Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I would like, so I come out to this song in my set. It's like mixed of two songs. It's like tonight we party, and there's this other like punk song I made.
Wait, is that
And-
the last song off of the Lencher
Yeah.
album? Yeah, that song's
Yeah.
insane.
So it comes out. It's like, but it's like with extra lighting, and like it's like super dramatic, and I like reproduced it myself, and it's like super low synths with like epic like violins. It's like whoa, so it's like
Yeah.
super cheesy, corny epicness.
Yeah.
And then it goes into this song called Black Eyed Peas, and I was just baffled. Every single, like, my in-ears weren't working, so I couldn't
Oh, shit.
hear myself. I couldn't hear anything, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be one of them sets and I jump up on stage, and every single person in the crowd is singing the lyric, and I'm like, this is like the lowest, least popular song on the recent album. So
for sure.
It was really cool, and I, my diehards are obviously gonna fuck with the whole discography, obviously, and then the people who aren't diehards are like just like the big hit guys. But it's so interesting that I've been able to affect so many people, and positively affect them. And it's like, dude, it's kind of fucked up to think about, to be honest.
Yeah. Dude, I have so many questions literally like regarding this like umbrella of a topic. Like, let me get them straight. First one I have is like, I'm glad you brought up that song, like closing off that album, because it's definitely like, you can tell you just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna have fun with this song, you are definitely someone who can make tons of different genres and be like really good at it. Help Herself is like literally one of my favorite songs of 2021, without a doubt. And the fact that like, I think it's fair to say like that sound technically isn't like what you're known for. Is that fair to say? Right. So the fact that you're able to pull that off so well is like incredible. So with that being said, like when LALA popped off, I still kind of, maybe just because like it was so fucking ginormous and you hear it everywhere, TikTok or whatever. I mean, like we started on TikTok June of 2019, and that was right when that fucking shit really was popping off.
June 7th.
Yeah. Dude, June 10th. June 10th was the first TikTok I ever made, man. Well, hold on. Just since we're talking about, I want to give you a backstory of like about us and everything, just real quick. It's funny because like her twin sister was like popping off on TikTok, making like paintings on jeans and shit. She's getting like 50,000 plays like in June 2019.
When no one was on TikTok.
Yeah, and like this is when just like cringy like 13-year-olds were on TikTok, and I thought it was like just a dancing app. Yeah, Musically, and I had like 1,000 followers at the time. Like I was doing YouTube for 2 years, wasn't going anywhere. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go on TikTok, and posted like one video. It was trash, like in May. And then she started like using it, going through all these trending songs. I mean, this is when Cha Cha by Freddie Dredd was popping, like just that era,
I felt more embarrassed when you were like, hey, I'm gonna go on TikTok, and I was just like,
right? You're like, oh, no.
That's your career now, okay?
Yeah. And but it's crazy because she would show me like every single trending song, because I didn't have hours to be like just surfing on the For You page, like trying to find the trending songs or whatever. So she would show me the trending songs, like, yo, you should remix this. I would do it. It would be trash. She's like, no, you need to add like sound effects. You need to add stuff so people can like interact with the sound, right? Like that's how we were able to like create trends together and shit. But then LALA was one of them, and like that was obviously like our first time we came across you.
Remix LALA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the first time people shitted on my stuff because I used his vocals over like an old beat of mine. And
was that the one where I was like, you shouldn't start putting old beats, just make new ones?
Because I was trying to keep up with like all the new followers, so I was like, fuck, I don't have time. I'm just gonna. So I copped the LALA vocals off. I ripped them, and then I just put them over like a random beat. And I was like, fuck it, whatever, here it is. It wasn't even that great. But yeah, good times. All right, so there's the backstory with that.
No, it's sick. Honestly, it's like, dude, everyone in the music biz and anyone who does music, like work, I feel like musician-wise, just like knows and has like incorporated or listened to or it's super intertwined, It's very interesting. It's like super... dude, this line keeps on getting bigger, dude. Hold on.
Let me see this line. Baby No Money is showing us a long line.
Is this?
Oh, wait.
Oh my God, we can see it. Yeah, we can see it. Do you have any idea what they could be waiting for? A drop, maybe?
I mean, the pint is the only option, which is like the shittiest bar of all time.
Oh, wow.
But
I didn't even know people wait outside.
I just doxed myself super hard.
Oh shit! Don't worry, dog. We'll put like a forest or something. We'll make it.
I don't care at all. It's totally fine.
Yeah, dude. What kind of bike you got back there?
It's like a fixed gear like BMX bike that I made a while ago.
Are you? Would you say you're athletic?
I used to be. I ended up like breaking my back in grade 12.
I was going to ask you about this. I heard this through the grapevine. I'm very curious. That sounds like, that's not like, oh, I broke my arm skating, or you broke your back swimming.
Yeah.
How, please?
Well, no, I wasn't swimming. I was playing rugby.
And, shit. Oh, fuck.
My dad obviously hit me with the worried dad and was like, yo, don't play rugby. You're going to hurt yourself. And I was like, fuck you, Dad. I'm an adolescent little shit.
Yeah.
And then I ended up hurting myself, and I had to give up my swimming career. And it was just kind of depressing. But
Because you were you were like, how long were you swimming for?
it was about like 11 years.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, man, that's
Yeah.
insane. And
So
so,
I was like, I pretty much had like full rides to the universities that I wanted to go, and then kind of just had to throw it, and then I just played video games, kind of.
yeah,
So it was definitely a sad time, but without that happening, I don't think I would be a musician, to be
that's
honest.
insane. You were in high school when this happened?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. There's this one producer named Cody, and he kind of had a similar story, like super like serious about football, had full rides and everything. I forgot what he broke, but something serious. He had a bunch of free time, just like sitting at home all day, picked up making beats, and now he's like with internet money and shit, like making beats and shit, making a living.
Are you still like in pain?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm comfortable ever.
Oh my god.
It's an interesting life, I guess. I lead.
Yeah.
Like doing shows, like I have to.
Yeah, that was
I have
good.
to wear. I have to wear like runners with my arch supports in it, type thing. Like I can't.
Shit,
I don't. Well, I'm also trying to just exclusively wear Asics shoes until they give me a sponsorship. But that's besides the point.
Shout out Asics, best running shoe in the game.
I'm pretty uncomfortable all the time,
God.
but it's like whatever, you know.
That's
like
crazy.
something with breaking your back is something that you really can't like physically fix. It's
Yeah.
like breaking a rib.
Yeah, like I mean, because I mean, nothing close to a breaking back level, but she's had fucked up back problems like her whole life, and
Oh, I fell on my back. I hurt it really bad.
yeah, like really bad when she was young. You got fucking scoliosis, like crazy. And so I mean, I can only imagine because I see the shit she has to go through on the daily. I mean, I can only imagine that level, especially touring and jumping on a fucking wooden stage and shit.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I look at all my friends and they don't have any pain, and I'm like, man, fuck you guys.
And then they complain about
that's
something.
That's what I feel because I fell on my back in middle school, and I had to end up going to the hospital because I get this like pressure in my back and my stomach where it starts to make it feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna suffocate inside myself, and that's only when I'm walking or standing for a long period of time, and it's gone worse since I've been growing up. So now like when I go to Disneyland, I'm just like,
oh
you
yeah,
guys are not in pain.
yeah.
And I'm sitting here in a wheelchair.
Yeah, she does the wheelchair at Disneyland. I got some like serious shit. Have you been to Disneyland in a wheelchair yet?
No, I've never been to Disneyland proper, I don't think.
Oh man. Okay, I'm just saying you need it, but like whenever you go to Disneyland, the wheelchair will make you fall in love with Disneyland. Like Disneyland is miserable. I mean, I'm not like advertising people to like, hey, my back hurts. Like, yeah, like like if you need it, you fucking need it, right? But I'm telling you, like Disneyland is treacherous without any type of like. Okay, wait. This
without any transportation, I feel it.
Yeah, I mean, but no, like, cause like you can skip lines and stuff like that,
You can skip lines now still.
Oh yeah, you don't even need the chair, right?
You pay for the
pass.
The pass.
Damn it, that's insane. I mean, is that something?
Careful, she's good.
Oh my god, we got our two dogs in here. I don't know if you can hear them. Are you dog person? You got pets?
Yeah, I find it interesting because I wasn't really much of a dog person. I was like scared of dogs my whole life.
Really?
But yeah, I was seeing some girl for some time, and she made me fall in love with Dachshunds.
Oh wow!
I really like a nice cute Dachshund. They're very, if they're trained. I know a couple other Dachshunds that aren't trained and they're pains in the ass.
Yeah.
But no, dogs are very cute.
Was there a reason why you were afraid of dogs? Like, was it like a trauma?
Yeah, because I got a story for that.
I don't know.
He's like going
maybe?
back now.
It's like flashbacks.
Because I never really had a reason. There was no reason. Like I had pets growing up. I had like guinea pigs and hamsters and rabbits and
me too.
Like the whole typical.
Yeah.
But dogs, yeah, I don't know. I was always just like kind of scared of dogs.
Oh wow! I'm mainly a dog person.
Yes.
I've never had any other pet. Well, I'm allergic to majority
every
pet, but I'm a very dog.
Yeah, she's got both of her dogs tatted on her left arm. We're serious about this life. She's serious about this life. I mean, I love my dogs to death. They're like our children. But I had at one point in my life, I think I was in 3rd grade. Started off with 2 bunnies, one male, one female.
Did you not know it was a male or female?
Oh no, we knew. And we took the risk. Did you
not hear the term?
Fuck like rabbits. And we ended up with 28 rabbits in total. I mean, dude,
No, they were finding dead rabbits underneath the oven.
Underneath the floorboards, or in the
how
deck.
Did you, wait, how did that CPS, just, knock on your door and be
bad.
like, hey?
But, dude, I mean, baby bunnies are fucking their baby bunnies, and, it's disturbing. It's nonstop. It's wild.
Ew. Dead bunnies?
Yeah, it was pretty, it was wild.
Human centipede.
A lot of alfalfa.
That's so nasty.
This mom was like, you know what? Put the grass on the floor. Let them poop everywhere, right?
It was a wild way of life. But my dog story of how I got traumatized by dogs was meeting up with this SoundCloud legend at the time. This is in 2015, and there was this. He was a producer. His name, he went by Mizza. He was my favorite fucking SoundCloud. I mean, this is when I looked up.
How did you spell it? Because dude, my 2015 years were super SoundCloud.
Oh shit! Really? Well, what were you listening to on SoundCloud? Just anybody?
I mean, yeah, it was typically more future bass music, all
selection
medicine
shit,
and yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really specifically remember Misogi, Bones, all of the Hollow Boys,
Hollow Boys, yeah. Good shit.
That's kind of the era that I was yo, if they can do it, why the fuck can't I?
Damn. That's crazy. I mean, because I was in the lo-fi era before lo-fi was even really a thing with 24/7 hour radio stations, because it was just huge on SoundCloud. So Beside You and Swoom and all these legendary lo-fi producers.
Yeah, Beside You, sick.
Fucking dude. Shout out Matt.
And
he's in Canada.
If you got famous with one song, I feel like you continued having that fame in SoundCloud for a while.
For sure. That's when if you had a pop-it song on SoundCloud,
you're just hoping someone retweets it. Just have one person
repost it. I mean, this is before the
dude,
whole
I feel that.
Yeah.
Reposting was so influential.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was so beneficial. Huge. I remember
damn.
I mean, SoundCloud's dead. It's so
yeah.
I remember the first day I had a song do 20K, and the first day I dropped it, I was like, holy shit.
Oh, wow.
20K in a day on SoundCloud? That's fucking dude, it was fuck.
It was sick. But now, I mean, my songs do way better on Spotify, statistically, because of playlists and this and this.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, it's crazy because, dude, I mean, now we're TikTok's our SoundCloud now, with visuals.
It's super interesting, and I think I love TikTok. I think it's a blessing.
Yeah, let's get into this combo.
Obviously, but sometimes I don't want to be in front of the camera,
Which is hilarious that you say that, because you're one of the best musicians for TikTok. I mean, you're up there. I put you up there with how Doja Cat uses TikTok. People are like, do you forget you're a celebrity? To Doja Cat or on Lizzo's videos. You guys are just fucking hilarious.
That is not
exactly
famous humor.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry for interrupting.
No.
I have to drink so much tea all the time because my vocal cords are all fucked up. But
shit, gotta protect those, man.
Yeah,
you ever seen that Hannah Montana episode?
Maker.
Shut up.
Maybe.
Yeah, she loses her voice and she's afraid she'll never be able to sing again.
Isn't that every?
That's every such a cliche. Yeah, literally.
But yeah, I don't know. TikTok is just. I just didn't think there needed to be another social media.
Wow.
I do think that the power of TikTok is outrageous.
It's insane.
It's for instance, today, even in the grand scheme of things, you post a video and then the first couple algorithms it goes through, it can do either 50K to 100K to 400 to 1 million in the first hour. And it's
yeah.
I do think it favors good content.
Yeah.
That's full stop it. I don't know if there's anything other than just good content or good music on it.
Yeah. I mean, because
will do well.
Yeah, because talking to you the other day over text, I mean, I've really got to learn how fucking smart you are with this. Because I mean, I've been doing this series. I mean, you've always used TikTok just to kind of help your music career, but our fucking career was built from TikTok, basically. I mean, we have a 3-story house because of that fucking app, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I mean, I've been able to like see the waves with the app itself and kind of use it more as like a TikToker. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't consider you a TikToker, you know?
Yeah.
But like we were kind of looked at like that for a while before we like signed a record deal or anything. But the reason I bring that up is because like, I mean, you posted a video and within 20 minutes, it didn't equal to where you aimed it to be, and you're like, it's fucked, it's over. And I've never even like looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always just been like, oh, okay, like just let's see how it does.
I feel like you used to look at things like that.
Yeah, it fucks you up, dude. It mentally fucks you the fuck up.
I mean, yeah, I need a therapist, but I mean, who doesn't?
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
Honestly, it's interesting because I'm just like really a numbers guy, and like, and when, for instance, like Edamame like took off, I was like, oh, the song's doing really, really well out the gate. People must fuck with it. Yeah. Bottom line, that's it. Like you could just immediately tell the crowd's reaction.
Yeah,
and like the thing is with like I feel like sometimes you might think you have a banger record, but you just don't know. You just have no idea until it's out, right? So I'm just excited to see on how this new one does, but it's not necessarily translating super, super well on TikTok. So it's like, that's where like the demographic of people, one, who are going to listen to me, two, and it's like an immediate bona fide check mark if the song is good.
Exactly.
And now, it's like, there's nothing you can really do about it.
And
you have songs that are from 2010. You're like
blowing up on TikTok. Yeah, exactly. Songs from the Madagascar soundtrack. And
also,
which was the other one?
What's the one with the Minions in?
The Despicable Me.
Yeah.
What song from Despicable Me?
One song from Despicable Me is getting well known on TikTok. Yeah.
And by the way, this new song that you're talking about just dropped on April 8th. This podcast can be out after that. Mathematics, and I love how we're talking about this because just by hearing it, you sent it to me a little early. I've been listening to it nonstop, and it's like, I've heard a lot of your albums. It's up there with like one of my favorite songs from you. But it's funny because depending on how, like you said, the bona fide check mark, or for people to like look at it and give it its flowers. I mean, any song basically can fucking blow up on TikTok. So I think as much as that app can really help people's careers and everything, it can also kind of like hinder it a bit too, because literally trash songs can be blown up as like a meme, and then that one person is stuck there with that one song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The one thing I will say though is, like, as much as a meme La 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 is, it's like objectively like a really catchy song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
So, and that, like, truth be told, all the marketing in the world, let's say you're like, who's the richest person?
Drake?
I don't know. Shit. Let's say Drake's kid is like, yeah, I'm trying to be a rapper. And then he says like, I'll just give you all the money ever. If the music isn't good, you can't market
very
it. Type
facts. Yep.
So like, at least I have that going for me. Like, my music is like objectively decent. So I like, like, I think I say objectively decent to the point where I show a mom, I show a dad, I show a grandmother, and they're like, yeah, it's not bad.
You show your grandmother these songs.
Sure. Whether or not they like it, whether or not they can actually get down to it, or whether or not they'll like repeat it, is like, that's just dependent on the person. But
so, I mean, because like, to be fair, I could picture you showing maybe your grandmother help herself. But I don't know about Edamame or a lot of your other discovery. Or no, like it's all good.
She's on She's like 95 years old. She's on Facebook, and she's like beat cancer like 4 times.
Oh, like, wow, queen.
She just doesn't. Amazing. She just doesn't. Yeah, her literal name in Armenian is Queenie, and she just doesn't give a fuck, dude. She's like more mentally aware than I am. Sleeps like easy 10 a night. Is just like, dude. She fell 3 years ago. Damn, it's already been 3 years. She fell 3 years ago and broke her hip. And then I was like, damn, bro, I think this might be it, type of thing. Like,
in her 90s,
damn. She just said, fuck it, walked out.
Dude.
Just walked out.
I'm a mountain today. Don't worry about it.
Oh, my God, I love that.
My grandmothers are crazy. And my mom's side is, she, like, canoes in her pond in the backyard type thing.
God.
She's, like,
dude,
95 years old, too.
I'm thinking of kayaking. They're kind of in the same boat.
Same boat.
Good.
Same boat.
Dude, kayaking is no fucking joke. Like
your shoulders
went,
get ripped up.
dude. I went one time when I was 14.
Wait.
I was chubby, but still.
Kayaking like in like a
lake,
like a lake.
Oh yeah.
What's the one that you go down the river and the rocks?
River rafting.
Oh, river rafting.
Fuck that.
Turn up.
Dude.
I've done it before. It's like
Are you serious?
very scary. It's very scary.
Wow.
It's kind of up there with like.
I still get anxiety because I'm like, where does it end? But it's like it's a river. Like, it just goes.
I only know the term row crew from Social Network, the best movie ever made. Do you know about rowing you row crew? That's like a term.
Oh
for like,
yeah.
I think I think it's
crew
kayaking.
rowing.
Yeah, crew rowing. But that's considered kayaking.
What's the thing with the boat? How one opposites. You guys do the boat. One person does the opposite.
That's crew rowing. But
I don't know. I think it might be more of a canoeing because canoe is. I think kayak is more individualized. I actually don't know. I think that there's probably something you like. There's probably an answer online.
It's probably under the umbrella of boat racing. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Boat activities.
Dragon boat racing is the thing too.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh damn. Damn. Hell yeah. But before I want to go back to edamame. So yeah, I mean, going back to you never know when a song is going to pop, and like you said, it could be Drake's son for all we know, and it doesn't work, right? So like I've had experiences where songs of mine blow the fuck up on TikTok and we make trends out of it or whatever, and then you try to do the exact same thing or something different and it flops. It doesn't mean the song's not good or whatever. So
as an artist, I feel like you consistently put in the back of your head when you make a song, you're like, I hope this goes on. Right. It's like a constant thought of like, will this pop off on TikTok?
I mean, this is such a good question for you because you have a diehard fan base where, to be honest, I think a good chunk of them could give a fuck if a song blew up on TikTok or not. Which is why, again, this is why you and me have had these past conversations this week of like, you have. See, I'm not a writer. I'm not an artist. I'm not like a singer. Like I don't have that. Like you have the mentality of a 16-year-old kid in their bedroom with like 2 followers and going, I'm gonna fucking make it with this next one. You have that, even though you've made it like 20 million times.
See.
I'm not saying to slow down, but do you get me?
No. I get. Well,
that's sick.
I think it's one. I was never enough when I was a kid to my mom, so that. But I've figured it out. So, but it's engraved in me.
Yeah.
Wow.
My sister and I are workaholics. My dad is a workaholic. Also, who fucking cares? There's nothing to do. I wake up. If I don't work, dude, there's nothing to do. I can go for a walk and I get bored. So it's like,
wow.
Yeah,
for sure. See, man, this it's so fascinating having these conversations
with
because
somebody who's working constantly and somebody who has
So we've been married for 3.5 years now, and we are 5 months pregnant. Right, so we got a kid on the way. Yeah, thank you very much. And we were trying for like well over a year. So this is something that we wanted to do, even though we're technically young. Like she'll be 25, I'll be 24 when
you are 24.
Oh, I just turned 24. Swag. And so again, like it's weird. Obviously, like this music is my job. This is what I've always wanted to do. Yeah, but we've built so much other than just work in music, you know what I'm saying? So maybe that's why my mentality is slightly different because I kind of see like my that I don't get that same satisfaction, I guess, from songs like or when my TikToks do well and my TikToks don't do so well or whatever, like it's been changing ever since life has been kind of going down a certain path, I guess. It's different for everybody.
No, perhaps I just view it like this. It's like artist careers typically last 8 years.
Ooh, that's good.
So I'll run it to the ground.
Yeah.
And then I can retire, and then I can just take care of my parents. You know what I mean? Like,
what year are you in right now? Would you say?
Man,
I'm gonna say year 1.
Well, let's just say COVID took us back
2 years.
2 years.
So let's just say I'm at 0
right now.
Well, so I was making like really good money before LALA happened.
Oh wow, nice.
Like very, very comfortable money. Like very like I was blown away with the money I was making before LALA happened, and I would say when was that? That was beginning of 2019 is when I really when I dropped Nursery, and that was like one of my first TikTok songs.
Yep.
And that was an eye opener. I was like, holy shit, my song is doing like 60,000 streams a day. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And then I really saw the checks go up because it makes a substantial difference if you put no money into your songs, you don't market anything, and it just goes up.
And you've been independent since, right? It's all pretty
I'm fully independent.
It's incredible.
And you know, then LALA happened, and then I had a couple other songs that were relatively big too. And at that point, I don't know when my career like really started. I would say it was probably the beginning of 2019, but no, because I tried selling tickets and I couldn't sell anything. I would say June 7th when the day I graduated university and the day I dropped LALA was June 7th is when my career started, probably. I would say.
That's incredible.
Like, I was making great money, but I wasn't like an artist yet. I wasn't like bona fide. Yeah. And I couldn't really sell any tickets. Like, I listed a tour of like 250 cap rooms in America, and they just weren't doing anything. Wow. So now I'm more of an individualized artist myself. Yeah.
And I think that's another thing too. I think a lot of different people have different mentalities on what's considered comfortable money. I mean, there was a time where me and her were sharing $200 a pop, in a week or 2 weeks or something. We had like $200 a share, and then once we actually started getting checks from Spotify, I mean, we're just talking a few $1,000s. I mean, we thought we were fucking on top of the world. You know what I'm saying, dude? And then the Republic deal came, and I was like, oh shit, okay, this is some, you know,
yeah. I remember when I was making $4 a day approximately off like my distro.
Wow.
And I would buy myself a burrito from my university campus every day. And I was
dude, let's get into this.
$5.
I would say
pizza.
I would say that feeling is better than making like tons of money for music. I don't know if you can relate, but
100%.
That feeling where you can literally buy something with music, even if it's like I said, a burrito off campus or a Little Caesars pizza or something. You know, like
it's very poggers. It's like oh, I'm actually doing something that is making like a physical difference in my life.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm doing it because I love it, and I'm doing it because I have fun, and I'm styling on everyone. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's just stick.
I got a burrito this week, not next week.
And I remember my roommates, I remember my homies in the university being like, dude, like, chill out on the burritos. And I'm like, hell no.
Dude, I got fucking burritos. Yeah, no. Fucking selling shows out, just raining burritos. Yeah. No, I it's weird, man. You know, making music and making money, and then, like, I don't know. Like, let me ask you this, man. We're gonna have a full-on therapy session today. Like, I don't know if it's different with like vocalists or producers or anything, but to be honest, just ever since I started making money with music, it's kind of rare to just like sit down and make a beat for fun. Like, every time I sit down, I'm kind of with the intention of a remix, or maybe this can be placed somewhere. Blah, blah, blah. You know, my brain is wired differently now. You know what I'm saying? How often do you just, I don't know your familiarity with being under the influence and using some mind shifting.
Fun.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but I'm like fully sober, so I don't really associate with that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that would change my mentality with it and just be more free with it. But yeah, how are your thoughts on that?
I do acid recreationally, not to make music, but I do it to like for my mental health. I really, if you guys have never done it.
Never done it.
I would recommend it. It's,
my guy, I wish you knew me.
I hear so many good things about like microdosing on it.
For sure, or on mushroom too.
It is like, I don't really know how else to explain it. I think it's like the purest form of love.
Damn.
Of like what is deemed love in society, and like what is deemed like pure bliss via like, I don't know, let's say like Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or whatever the fucking shit's called. It's like, you know, you don't see shit like that. It's not like that.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's kind of like what weed is deemed by society. When everyone back in the day is like, you smoke weed, you're so high, you're having a good time, everything's great. But weed's kind of ass. And
I hate it.
Acid is just, if you do a little bit of acid, dude, I can't explain it more. You don't get a come down. The next day you feel like that was beautiful.
Mm.
Everything you do in that night is like an interwebbed memory. So like
Damn.
from the moment you put it on your tongue to the moment you go to bed, you just have that just like instilled in your brain as a memory.
Wow.
And it's always positive.
Damn.
There is no
Respect.
negative ever. And it's like, it's so grounding and humbling. And I like, dude, I don't know how else to put it.
Wow.
Just I would recommend everyone to do acid in their life, and
Probably
don't
puts you
be
in a comfortable
afraid.
state too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, do you think it's, you know, I know you're encouraging everyone, but do you think it will react differently to everybody? Like everyone will receive it differently?
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with like BMI and like body indexing. So it's like if you're a really skinny person, don't do a cockload of acid because you're getting fucked, and vice versa.
Okay, that's fair.
But like in all honesty, like you do like a quarter tab, it's like having a cup of coffee.
And I'm a big coffee guy. I brought 2 coffees up here next to me just in case I run out of the first one. So.
Damn.
Do you want to tell me the fact about acid? How if you get arrested?
Oh shit, dude! Did you know? Okay, I don't know all the facts. So don't quote me exactly, but I heard like if you have, I don't know like the felony charges with like weed anymore, and I know it's like state to state or whatever. But, like if you have like a fuck ton of weed, like wait, can you go to jail for that now? Or no?
I think in California you can't have weed. It's just a certain amount you can.
Okay,
have.
well we're talking about acid, so
Yeah,
like
we're talking about acid right now.
I heard if you have a certain amount of acid, like a fuck ton, you will be a threat towards the government because you have the somewhat of the power in your hands to what's the word to overthrow the government. Like if you have a
like you
lot
will be
of people,
charged for like a misdemeanor. You'll be charged for like a felony.
Yeah, it's like a felony charge because if you give like I don't know, let's just say like 5,000 tabs of acid to 5,000 different people, or if they all half tab it, now there's 10,000 people. I don't know, whatever. You like,
it's like
imagine,
apocalypse.
Imagine all those people getting together and overthrowing it. That's all I've heard. I think that theory.
That's really cool.
I think H3 podcast.
Damn, I should get 5,000 tabs of acid and give it away.
Yeah,
just make your own cult.
Literally.
Yeah. I don't know. And to jump back on your point of like what happens when you start making money with music, of course it does. It becomes more of a job. Mm-hmm. That's the natural, there's an expectation. But what I've been doing recently, and it's been really nice, is like separating the job from like because I would say doing social media and blowing a song up is the job. Making the art is the fun. Ooh. So what I do is like I do like super hard binges of both. So it's like an on-off cycle. It's kind of like an athlete where you're like off season, on season. And, I've liked it way more because when I'm working on marketing and working on being creative to like make the content around it to blow it up, it's a lot more stressful to be like putting pressure on yourself. You're like, damn, I gotta make more shit. Like, I'm not gonna have any more hits. Whereas like if you spend 2 months, you lock yourself in a studio, no one's gonna give a fuck for 2 months, and you come back stronger than ever, mentally happy, boom, 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 and then you deliver like the better content, better music than you would have been able to do when you were trying to like multitask and do both. It's worth it.
Damn, I love that. I'm gonna go back and hear that. That's good. That's good motivation.
I don't know. That's my take. I know a lot of other musicians kind of do both at the same time. I don't think it's necessary. Unless you're an artist that like makes music and drops it and makes music and drops it and has like a cult following, like for instance, who's like a lower, I guess like DaBaby would be like an artist that doesn't really market his music. He's just like
drops
loud and drops and it blows. Yeah, I guess like Lil Darky.
Well, that's how I always looked at you though. Like you have such this huge core fan base, and you've popped off in my head enough times on TikTok where you could just drop and be totally cool. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you don't even let that even like become a thought in your head, you're like, I'm treating every song this new one mathematic. Like I think it's sick.
I mean, I view it like this too, because like in reality, I have popped off in a lot of other people's minds. And I was having this conversation with Young Gravy, Matt, and he was like, man, I think we could just be doing more. And I'm like, bro, we always can. But like think about what more is to other people and other musicians. Like, we already have their more. Like, I understand that, like, everything you see on social media is like the fucking people on top, and like that's all you see. So you immediately assume that that's what you need, and like, to live vicariously through them, it's like uncomfortable being a musician because it's so, it's a difficult sport. You always want to win, and you always want to be better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And it sucks, obviously.
Yeah.
Or when a new artist comes up, you're like, oh, I gotta do better than the new artist. Which probably like they're new, they're gonna be in the same position probably in your state in a couple months. It's like an ending cycle.
I thought about this when Olivia Rodrigo popped in 2021. I was like, I wonder if like someone as big as Billie Eilish looks at Olivia as like a threat, or like, oh fuck, she's gonna be huge, or what? I wonder if people in like A-list calibers have to worry about shit like that.
She did win the Grammy.
She did, Billie. You know what I'm saying? No, but damn, no, I think it's what you said about like the sports, especially coming from someone who's extremely athletic and had a sports mentality. With the thing with sports, and correct me if I'm wrong, I hated sports. I did cross country and shit. I hated sports.
I think you talk this way because you've never been competitive towards
that's true. I'm not a very, like, if you told me, hey, I can do that better than you, I'm like, I'd love to watch you because you're probably right. Like, I'm very not competitive, right? But in that sports mentality, I feel like in sports, the number one goal is to win. But I feel like with music, you hear a lot of encouragement from people like Pharrell or the Drakes or whatever that have won multiple times, and they go, don't worry about winning. It's about having fun. It's about the love of music. Like what we were just talking about 5 minutes ago. So I feel like, is that fair to say, like, sports for the most part is like always like winning is the goal rather than music? It can be the goal. Does that make sense? Like,
well, the thing about art and the thing about sports is more scientific based and art is more freelance. It's like it's creative.
That's a good point.
I do think sports for sure is more, it's more winning. There's no doubt. It's like, it's times, it's speed, it's math. Whereas like, you can't really, I mean, I put math on a song, I call it mathematics, but
he's like, you know what? I'm gonna write it down now.
1 million paid in tax, bitch, pay the math. Yeah. Do math.
So.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's being an artist is weird.
Yeah.
I don't. Some days I wish I had like a normalized job.
I bet.
But then most days I'm like, wow, I have the best job in the world.
For sure.
It's unfortunately it's kind of it's a lot to do.
Yeah.
Or to feel secure in your job. Like, to me right now, I feel like being married to somebody who is in this industry, it makes me feel really uncomfortable every day, because it's like, when you have a job, in society we're supposed to learn, get a 9-to-5 job, that is how you get comfortable in life. Security. When you have this kind of job, if you're not making millions every month and you're like Billie Eilish or Ariana Grande, it's like, you as a small artist, I feel like you're constantly battling yourself, like, what's security, what's comfortability, and what am I gonna make the next day to make myself not be in a position I was when I didn't make music. And that's just a scary thought every time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because I've tried doing different ventures and like, a record label and a clothing company, and
oh hell yeah,
they do okay, but they don't do to the extent that I was expecting it to do. Like, and it's like, when is okay, and
wow.
I don't really know,
No, I mean, this is such a fascinating topic.
I feel like that's the reason why we get to put into a 9-to-5 job, because we're going to start thinking, when is okay? And then we're like, wait, maybe we should have been put into...
Man, I was hanging out with my videographer, Sherez. He just has a kid. And I was just like observing his kid.
Boy or girl? Do you have a boy or girl?
He's got a boy, little baby boy.
He's
like almost a year. He's real cute. And he had all these toys, and there's so much shit on the ground, and like, he didn't stop. He never had a moment of just observing and relaxing, and it was just like no hesitation, just grabbing the next toy and then moving and then grabbing the next toy. But like us as humans, like we are programmed to, from the day one, to learn and like work. That's all. And like, that's it. And I don't know where that gene came from or where that like thought process and like weird, meticulous desire came from, but it's very interesting because it really spoke to me just watching this kid do absolutely nothing but trying to get himself busy.
Yeah, for sure.
Super interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, this is like the most like primitive like baby thing I've ever seen, but it speaks so loudly to me because I'm like, I'm in the same boat. When I'm doing nothing, I'm just like, shit, I should be doing something.